Here's a copy of the jumper pin test for most of solar ellipticals. I just wanted to show you the actual information that they sent me, and let's get on with the video. Well, hello and welcome to another video by Fitness Technology Services. So today's video, I've actually had a hard time figuring out how to name it. I'm just going to call it, I guess, testing your solar elliptical. I'm going to run all the components off of the console. Then I'm going to disconnect the console and run everything off just the wire harness, kind of like a pin test like I do on the treadmills. I've only done it once before on this machine, as a matter of fact, but I know it works. It comes with a little diagram. I'm going to put an image of that. You've probably already seen it at the beginning of the video. So I'm just going to hit start and take it from there. All right, so nothing initially happens when you hit start. So now I'm going to do resistance up, and then I'm going to do incline up. So take a look at how these operate. All right, so here goes resistance up. Okay, so here we go. First, I'm just going to show you it operating from the console so you can see exactly what's happening with the gear motor. Then I'm going to show you what's happening with the incline, and we'll take it from there. So I'm increasing the resistance. As I do that, you can hear it pulling up on the cable. Okay, so when you do the incline, it's basically the same thing. Incline up, we'll have the incline go up. I'm going to do a lot of them so you can see it. But I thought at least this way you could see all the components, get an idea. I have a lot of videos on how to replace the flywheel, how to replace the incline motor, how to replace the gear motor, but I don't have the whole machine stripped down like I have it on this. Alright, so next thing I'm going to try and do the same thing by what is called a pin test, which I'm going to disconnect the console and use a series of jumpers to operate everything. And it's good really for troubleshooting, because a lot of times you'll have a console that you're not sure if the console's the issue or it's one of the components. At least with this pin test, you know for sure it's in the console and it's not in anything else. Alright, so hang on one second and let me do the same thing with the console completely disconnected. So I had a little difficulty there seeing, but it is what it is. So resistance down, you're going to see this go down. Actually, to me, this is worded badly, because as this releases the cable and the cable releases here, your resistance goes up as far as your field goes. But you'll see it's listed as resistance down. Alright, so now we got to do, I got 7 and 2, I'm pretty confident on that. So I got to do 8 to 6. Alright, you ready? Looking at the gear motor? Mm-hmm. See, now my gear motor is bad too, but you can see that it's clearly moving. Alright, so now we want to move it in the opposite direction, which I would consider resistance down, because it's going to pull this back. But what can I tell you? Alright, so that's going to be 6 and 2. And 6 is green. 6 and 2. Six and 2, okay, and then short pins 8 and 7. Okay, now we'll see the resistance turn the other way. I don't know if it's up or down. See, because that's going to pull it back. So if you hear that clicking noise, also, I get a lot of complaints where they have a clicking noise. That is our problem. Our resistance motor is not pulling the cable back. Alright, so that means the resistance motor is bad. So that's the way that you can test everything. With a bad display, I got to figure out some way to make a little kit to operate it without the console, but I can't really see me doing that. So the next test that we're going to do is we're going to do a voltage test to make sure that you have 15 volts DC going up to the console. So for the voltage test, that is 8 and 2. 8 I should know by now, it's purple, that's where I'm at. 2, that's where I'm at. So we're going to disconnect all that. And if we want to make sure that we have, and what is it claiming? Around 15 volts. Hang on, let me get my meter. All right. So we're going to put this on DC. And this will let us know if we have 15 volts going to the console, if our console's not lighting up. All right. Couldn't hurt to put it on the right scale. Auto scale, so that shouldn't matter. I don't know if you can see that or not. So it says around 15. It's 18.10. All right. Yeah, 18.10. So that's more than enough. All right. So the next thing it wants us to do is we're going to check the speed sensor. We're going to do a little continuity test on that. Turn that back off. Put that on ohms. Maybe I can put it on toner so we can all hear it. All right. So for the speed sensor, it's 1 and 2. We'll take this out. Get that down in 1. We're going to have to put that on ohms, or in my case, tone. Alright. So that way you can hear it. So this will let you know if your speed sensor is good. Your speed sensor is located right here. I got a lot of questions on that too. So let me turn this around to where the magnet lines up with it. Right there, you can see the little magnet. Okay. This is more difficult for me to do than you think. I hope this helps people, because I can't see very well. Okay. So either I'm not on it good or I'm getting no reaction. I have a bad speed sensor too, black and brown. So we know we got a bad gear motor because we've heard that thing clicking. I feel pretty confident that's touching it. Alright, feel pretty confident that's working. Couldn't be any more direct than that. Let's see if one of them's blank. And there's 2 magnets in here. We see 1. Alright, so this particular elliptical has 2 issues with it. If the speed sensor was good, it would be toning out right now. But it is not. Alright, so I need a gear motor and I need a speed sensor. So far it doesn't look like the problem's in the console. The console's got plenty of voltage going up to it. It is what it is. It just weirded me out that little simple speed sensor went bad, but okay. So one last little thing while I got this machine stripped down for you guys. One thing, whenever you're working on one of these ellipticals and you're changing this incline board here, you got to really pay attention to what color wire is positive and what is negative, because they have them both red to red, and then if you can see in here or not, both red go to 2 whites. So you either have to meter, if you lose track of this, you have to meter which side of this is usually the left hand side is negative and the right hand side is usually hot. But better off just to mark this. You'll see that in my video installing one of these. Alright, so I think I kind of got this covered. I just wanted to show this to you while it's all stripped down before I throw it away. So far in our testing, we have a bad speed sensor and we have a weak faulty gear motor. Alright, so I think that's it for today. If you have any troubleshooting questions on these ellipticals, give me an email. Email me at fitnesspartspro@gmail.com, or you can visit my website at fitnesspartspro.com. And I guess that's it. I would like you to subscribe if you don't mind. And that's it for this video. I'll see you soon.